stuff. Chun-Li moves fireball, arrow hold, arrow punch, lightning kick, 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 helicopter kick, downwards arrow hold, upwards arrow plus kick, air stomp, downwards arrow plus MK while jumping. Hi Lonnie, I wrote this in first period and left it in your locker on the way to school. It's what all the cool kids are doing, I've decided. Write me back. Also, here's an idea for something to draw. 2 cats on a motorcycle. Hey, this is a good idea. What all the cool kids are actually doing is sending each other pages on their beepers, but we're cooler than them because guess what? They can't put this on the beeper. And that's what emojis are for. Nice. Your drawing of cats was so good that I added a background to make it even better. Maybe I should just stick to writing, though. I like it. How did you know they were about to be abducted by aliens? I'm looking at Mr. Frisch? Or is it Plish? I really can't fucking read that right now. I feel like he would probably have lots of cats. Also, like, his secret shame is he watches 90210 religiously. I'll ask him about it after class. He said he doesn't have cats, and also that he's never watched 90210, but I could see in his eyes he was lying. Dead. Summer pre-college program for young scholars, 1995. Sam, I think the creative writing track would be perfect for you, Mrs. Oh, I can't read that. Blaylock? English creative writing. 3 students from each track will be offered a full scholarship for their first year to read. Interesting. So it's like a pre-college summer program. God, her room is so messy. Goodfellow High School disciplinary referral. A student named Yolanda De Soto, grade 12, date October 20th, 1994, 9:20 a.m. Teacher, Mr. Benchley, room hall. Mr. Benchley observed Ms. De Soto wearing a t-shirt with an unacceptable image on the front. A large beer can labeled Fabs Blue Ribbon. Ms. De Soto was sent to the guidance counselor's office. Ms. De Soto was given the option to turn her shirt inside out, change into a shirt for a gym locker, or be suspended for the rest of the day. Ms. De Soto chose suspension. Her father was called, but there was no answer and no answering machine. Ms. De Soto must return for this form tomorrow, signed by her father. Yeah, and the parent's signature is blank. I've always hated dress code. Like, I guess you don't want students wearing shit that has, like, swear words or anything on it. And I kind of understand why you wouldn't want anything like that, like, could seem like it's promoting drugs or alcohol. But, like, I don't know. That seems pretty harmless. A lot of dress coding is just, like, either misogyny or just, like, pressing, like, sort of, like, a, like, conformist, like, societal, like, capitalist mindset onto teenagers and being like, you can't, like, express anything that's too, like, edgy or whatever, because you have to treat this like it's your job, was often the excuse that I would hear, and it's like, okay, this clearly isn't work, though, because we're not getting paid, for one thing. Groove. Exclusive. AIDS in Africa. Soul Asylum Live. Eddie Vedder. Weezer. Verk Assault. Wanted Now. Max M. Martin. Wanted for the murder of Straight Edge. See if I can get this. This is the one me and my dad are building. Want to go for a ride when it's done? Oh, that's so gay. Having a motorcycle and building a motorcycle from scratch, that's just so gay. The Brother 150, of course, it's a Phaedrus new for 1965. Nice. Staggy, Stully. Staggy. It's Staggy, yeah. There we go. I think that's a X-Files poster, I want to believe. Sorry, I have to reset the overlay. Man, Sam had this in like 4th grade. I like the little thought observations that show up in front of stuff sometimes. They're like thoughts from Katie's head. Hang on, let's look at this real quick. Look, Holy Bible. Oof. It's hidden back in here. Got your number. Sorry, the hiccups all of a sudden. Got your number. Are you going to the dance with anyone who's got a crush on you? What we used to do before social media. I wonder if this is an actual board game. So dreamy. Get your friends together. It's time to find out who has a big crush. Is it Matt from science class or Daryl from track? You'll never know unless you've got his number. Do you like sports? Would you introduce me to your friend? Are you busy Friday? King's Labyrinth. Chapter 2. Fraying Threads. Captain Allegra, still in her flowing skirt and sturdy jerkin, descended the single shining thread into the lower cavern of the labyrinth. She and the first mate, on their own now, grew closer to their goal, the throne room of the dead immortal king of the island. The first mate slid down the line onto the stone floor. She swept chalky bone dust from the front of her canvas trousers and looked up at Allegra. The silken thread nigh unbreakable, thanks to the enchanted moss that inhabited the island, trailing behind. Leading their way back to the entrance, from further into the labyrinth, a moaning began to echo. The moaning grew louder and clearer. It turned into words from some ancient language they could not understand. The king's cursed voice, the hairs on Captain Allegra's arms stood on end. She looked back at the first mate, whose eyes remained locked on the blackness of the passage for a moment too long before noticing the captain's gaze. The first mate nodded silently ahead. Following the king's ghostly song deeper and deeper into the labyrinth, they came upon a rocky gap, spilling forth otherworldly blue light. The great basin of the dead king's throne room lay below. Skeletal in rotted robes, the king was hunched over the blue orb, topping his royal scepter. Shadows of his bony fingers danced on the walls like ghouls. As he sang, wailing souls flowed in one by one through the cracks in the cave walls, pulled into the orb, causing it to glow brighter and brighter. Behind the king, a long staircase hewn from rock led down into the chamber from a passage at the top. Allegra said, "We have the advantage in numbers. I will draw his attention, and then you..." But the first mate interrupted. "No, I'm smaller and quicker, and you know of dealing with mystic energies like these. I will circle to the other side, get the king's attention, and lead him on a merry chase." She held up the silk line. "All traced by this invisible thread, of course," Allegra said. "It is a good plan, but perhaps we should go together." The first mate shook her head. "You know this is our best chance. Don't be afraid for me." They grasped hands and exchanged 3 tight squeezes, their palms growing warm. The first mate tied the shining thread to the belt of her trousers, gave a quick salute and wink, and dashed off. Allegra waited, staring vigilantly across at the top of the stairs where the first mate was to appear. The king continued his, "Wait, no, the singing stopped." The king turned and began walking up the stairs. Allegra wanted to call out, to do anything to stop the first mate from running head first into danger. She tried tugging on the line to signal her, no use. The king was nearly at the top of the stairs when the first mate burst through the passageway. She skidded to a stop, even from across the yawning basin. Allegra could see the first mate's eyes going wide. She turned and ran, summoning his undead power. The king left the ground, levitating, gliding behind her with his distressing speed. From some dank passage much too far away, Allegra heard the first mate scream. She was already running towards the sound. The line in Allegra's hand went taut, then shuddered. It fell slack to the stone floor. As Allegra ran, she was gathering line, twisting it around her arm. She came to its end. The unbreakable thread dangled limply, its end shredded and frayed in her hand. She tossed it to the ground and ran. That's pretty good. So she's gender bent the first mate, which is interesting. Used to be a he and now is a she. Call her Mitten. 1888 Dry Creek Road. Samantha. S is for special, A is for adorable, M is for merry, A is for affectionate, N is for nice, T is for thoughtful, H is for honest, A is for admirable. I used to have one of those for my old name when I was a kid. Okay, I think we can get the combination open later. I haven't had that much to drink, Jodie Foster. How many fingers am I holding up? You better not have been reading my secret diary again. Here you go, Mitten. Have some pate. Meow. Gross. I opened this drawer already, right? Yeah. Okay, I think I looked at everything in here. Oh god, that hurts my eyes. I can't do it. No. Hey Sam, do you want to see Pulp Fiction after school at the Coliseum? It came out last weekend, and Todd won't shut up about it. So either it's good, or we can make fun of him for liking it. My mom is supposed to cook dinner for us tonight for a change, but I can probably just ditch out on it probably. What time? Also, isn't that movie supposed to be really violent? Am I gonna barf? According to Todd, it's pretty hardcore. I guess Uma Thurman gets stabbed in the heart with a heroin needle, so that's kind of hilarious. Seriously? Also, something about cheeseburgers is important. Todd wants to see it again. 7:15, okay? Don't barf. Alright, see you then. Okay, I think this is the bathroom. Lonnie rules. Nail polish, band-aids, toothpaste, toothbrush, emery board, pads, etc. I legit thought that was blood the first time I saw it. I was like, oh god, what happened? But it's just hair dye. Towels. Wild color. Red right hand TM. 70 permanent hair color, not tested on animals, original formula.
Lonnie brought her hair dye over today. She said, I need to fix these roots. Think you could help? Dyeing hair is weirdly intimate.
Oh yeah.
I know if I've touched someone else's scalp before. It's pretty intimate, right? It felt intimate. We looked in the mirror together after, and I expected her to say something about how it looked crappy or good or whatever. But that's when she said, "You're so beautiful." And she was looking at me. Right in that moment, I wanted to say something, but I waited. And the moment was gone.
Gay, homosexual, gay. Oh, this is from London. Dear Mom and Dad and Sam, I am in the tunnel. This is my second passage through the tunnel. I am on my way back from London, this time going to Brussels, Belgium. Sorry I didn't write you on the way to London, but I was too excited about the tunnel. London was great, Dad. I know you've always wanted to visit, and I think you should. You'd love it. If you all wanted to come back here as a family sometime, I guess I could be convinced. Love you all, Katie. Another Bible. These drawers are all left open. Everything's a mess. Mitten. Yeah, that's their old cat. Oh, this is the same as the one we found downstairs from the old roommate. Because I think it's on the same paper and it's the same handwriting. Dear Jan, oh honey, let me tell you, I understand how you feel. Bob and I have had our own down periods. It's become a bit of a way of life, actually. You get used to each other. You live your own lives in the same house. The kids grow up, they go away. I'm sorry, this isn't helping, is it? Don't worry. Terry will get over whatever's distracting him. Things will go back to normal. And as for Sam being distant, that's a teenager for you. Nothing to worry about. Oh, Lord. Oh, boy. Shaking my head. In the meantime, though, this controlled burn, that sounds like quite the adventure. But let's cut to the chase. This new ranger they sent, that's what I want to hear about. Ranger Rick? You have got to be kidding me. It's perfect. You have to tell me anything. And send pictures. I want the whole package. Wait, that sounded wrong. Keep your chin up until Terry is out of his slump, and in the meantime, write more letters to your old friend Carol. She adores them. Take your time. I'm glad to have it in good hands. Rick. Scandal. What is this book? Leaves of Grass, Walt Whitman. Is this the bathroom? Yeah, I think so. Shaving cream, band-aids, toothbrush, blah blah blah. Can't open these. This bathroom does not need to be this big, like seriously. Candles. Ugh. After the honeymoon, rediscovering your spouse personally, spiritually, and sexually. Oh boy. It may seem inevitable that the spark you and your spouse shared on your honeymoon should fade over time, but it doesn't have to be. Reverend Alexander Michaels will show you how to rekindle the fire you once had. Part 1 provides simple steps to reopen the lines of communication between you and your spouse, allowing you to face the problems you share as partners instead of rivals. Part 2 leverages the Reverend's decades of service to God, helping you connect with the higher power. You draw strength from a spirituality you may not even know you have. Part 3 offers a number of fresh and exciting ideas for the bedroom, oh lord, including a few things that might surprise you. I mean, I doubt it's that spicy, seeing as this was written by a reverend. Yeah, and like the thing is just, ugh, from Katie. I think that's everything, right? Yeah, I already looked in here. Hang on, make sure I already checked out all of the upstairs before I look in the closet. So yeah, that's Sam's room. I already came this way. That's their room. That's the bathroom. Alright, and then we have this over here. I think this is the guest room. Katie, Mom and Dad were going to make up the guest room for you to stay over in the summer, but you came home on such short notice that they weren't around to do it. You can use my room if you want. I won't be needing it anymore, Sam. Composition book. Samantha Greenbrier. Ghost Hunter Journal. Oh yeah, there's also a bit of this, like, peppered in to kind of give, like, the feeling that maybe there's a ghost. But then it turns out to not be a thing. Sighting Journal. August 31st, 1994. 1:15 a.m. A tall shadow in the upstairs hall. When I rounded the corner, no one was there. How tall was Uncle Oscar? Note, I was not wearing my glasses. September 3rd, 1994. 12:44 a.m. A faint voice coming from the bottom of the stairs. I said hello, did not investigate. Probably was the furnace. September 9th, 1994, 4:11 p.m. Poured milk from carton in the fridge. It was spoiled. Pretty sure I read that spirits can sour milk. Milk was just bought yesterday. Moo. Also ghost milk. Ooh. October 9th, 1994, 11:24 p.m. Lonnie says she felt a presence in the air, or in the TV room. I suddenly began to feel cold. We built a protective pillow for it. October 22nd, 1994, 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. Lonnie and I employ a Ouija board as a medium. Disturbing messages are conveyed from the other side. Oscar is definitely here. October 28th, 1994, 10 p.m. to October 29th, 4 a.m. Enlisted Lonnie to stay up all night and help patrol premises, recording any sign of otherworldly presence. Lonnie reported many sightings, but all remain unconfirmed. Possible ectoplasm in the attic, probably due to our leaky roof. Sample taken just in case. Despite our best efforts, we both fell asleep around 4 a.m. All in all, a successful night. It's funny. Hey Sam, you were asking what my JROTC ribbons meant. Here's a handy guide. Oh boy, it's like, this is so insane to me that America has like basically like the army for like underage teenagers, like basically training you to join the military, but it's not actually the military, it's just like military training for teenagers in high school. It's like, don't do that, please. Like, ugh. Orienteering. This means the Army thinks I can find my way around. Rifle team. The Army has branded me as a certified killing machine. Yikes. Adventure training. I am a born adventurous and no borders can hold me. The Army recognizes this. So if you didn't think it was cool before, now you do. Lonnie D. Please don't join the military. Bad idea. Oh yeah. I just heard a thing. Sometimes you hear weird noises. That's also another part of this game. Yeah, this is like the art room or the sewing room or whatever. I maintain that this place has too many rooms. Performance evaluation, named Richard Powdermatch. Supervisor James Greenbrier. Evaluation period September 2nd, 1994 to November 1st, 1994. I wonder if that's Ranger Richard. Knowledge and skill, 5, exemplary. Communication, exemplary. Work ethic, exemplary. Safety procedures, exemplary. Punctuality, exemplary. Overall, exemplary. Supervisor comments. Ranger powder match has been indispensable during the course of the prescribed burn preparation and execution. I believe his expertise and dedication has been the deciding factor in the success of a very complex and challenging conservation effort. In the opinion of the Flintlock Forest staff, Rick's contributions, Rick, to daily operations have become essential to the outfit's continuing success. To this end, I will be formally submitting paperwork requesting his permanent reassignment to this facility. Halloween show. Don't forget your costume. The Misfits. They're awesome. See you there. Stygian Lounge, October 29th, 9 p.m., 306 with Franklin downtown.
Sometimes you just have to lie to Mom and Dad. Like when Lonnie asked me to see a band with her and stay over at her friend's place in the city after. That's a lie to Mom and Dad's situation. But it was so worth it. The girls on stage were just so loud and real and awesome. And everybody was moving together like one huge tide of sound. Between two songs, Lonnie leaned over and said, "How do you like your first show?" I was so happy. I felt tears starting in my eyes. And then she up and hugged me. I think she could tell.
So this is the Captain Allegra costume from her story that she was going to wear for Halloween. This is Captain Allegra and the First Mate. Your costume, my costume, Al. They were designing like their costumes from the story for Halloween. That's super cute. Healthy Choices, Skills for a Healthy Life textbook. There we go. Lonnie, holy crap, I was in the library and noticed something in the corner and I found a secret passage and it hid Oscar's creepy old stuff in it. Oh my god, I've got to see this. We're skipping 6th. So it's like, it's in the library. It goes from like the closet in their parents' room to the library. Can you open the drawer here? No. That's a tape I can't play because of copyright. Yeah. Sam's darkroom. Do not enter if red lights are on. Yeah, it's locked. I don't remember, but did Lonnie want to leave the cadets? Yeah, eventually I think she decides that she doesn't want to be in the military, but it takes a while. So now we can just... hoping she becomes the anti-imperialist queen. Yeah, there's always time. Yeah, see, like, when I first played this, it was also, like, the middle of the night, too, so that really didn't help. I kept thinking I, like, saw things standing in the doorway, but it was just the framing of the curtains and the window. Oh, look, a ghost game. Escape from Ghost Mansion. There we go. Secret panel. Secret panel. This is all like newspapers from I don't even know what. They're old though. Like fashion magazine stuff. Ghost Hunters, Sam and Lonnie, Secret House Investigation Log. Hidden compartments found 3. Library, upstairs hall, and foyer. Evidence of the supernatural discovered 0. So yeah, there's one little one in the library, and also in front of Sam's room and by the foyer, which I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I think we'll figure it out downstairs. Yeah, this is why I left the lights on in the library. The Misfit, Saturday, October 9th, plus special guest Maidenhead, Stygia, 306 with Franklin Street.
At Todd's brother's place after the show, there was only a futon to sleep on, so Lonnie and I shared it. The lights went out. I was turned toward her. My eyes started to adjust, and then I could see she was looking at me, too. In the dark, she smiled. My heart was beating so fast. I rolled over. I felt so, nervous. After a minute, she put her arm around me and was so close and whispered in my ear, "I really like you." I just nodded my head, and I really hope she could tell. I really hope that she meant what I think she did. I felt like a shook-up can of soda ever since. I hope we have the chance to talk before I explode.
I felt so fucking, vindicated when I finally got to this part. Because I was like, are they actually going to do this? Are they actually going to go there? Or is it just going to be, one of those things where, it seems really, really gay, but the whole time it's it's just, a female friendship or whatever, and it's only ever hinted at. And then I got to this one, and I was like, oh, shit. Yeah, this is for real. Where am I going? I don't remember. Oh yeah, I think it's around here somewhere. Panel. It's that one. There we go. Heaven, at the edge of the world, private, do not read. The Green Glacier Part 2. Allegra and her scouting party peered down warily through the dense canopy of rustling leaves from their perch, high in the forests. Hang on, the overlay's blocking it. Forest branches. Mere feet away, sunlight shone brightly off the inner ice walls of the glacial basin in which the forest grew. It was a strange sight indeed, such lushness juxtaposed with the frigid ice formations. Allegra leapt through without hesitation, bounding through the high branches. The first mate had been captured by the Green Glacier's Amazonian tribe. His life hung in the balance. We have to hurry. Allegra's party followed behind, moving quietly as a breeze through the greenery. Allegra landed in the clearing and shouted, "Stop!" when she saw the Queen Amazonian up on her pedestal reaching for the lever that would drop her first mate into the vat below. She shouted, "No!" and flung her saber at the Amazon's reaching hand, but it was too late. The first mate screamed as he fell toward the water, then splashed down, and all was eerily silent. Allegra looked on, frozen in fear and remorse. She had been a moment too late. But then from the vat, something began to emerge, a head of dark brown hair, just like the first mate's, then the shoulders and sleeves of his coat soaking wet. But as the figure stood and the water poured down, Allegra saw that the first mate had changed. He was no longer a man at all. In fact, what looked back at her were the eyes, the face, the hair, the hands and body of a woman, still in the first mate's clothes. Still the first mate, she spoke in a soft, clear voice. "Captain?" The Amazonian queen said, "She is one of us now. She is ours." Allegra drew her magical flintlock pistols from her belt, and her crew readied their swords. Allegra glared into the queen's eyes and said, "That's the love of my life, and you can't have her." Icon behavior. like writing like a magical sex change for the first mate, so it can be a lesbian love story. We love to see it. Iconic. The mystical transing of the gender. She was ahead of her time. But that's such like a common, or at least I think it's like a common thing where you're like writing like stories about gay shit when you start to like figure out your sexuality. Part of a combination. Yeah, I think that's for her room upstairs. 51. There we go. And I think the other ones are upstairs. Okay, that's the living room. That's the music room. I need to go back into the library, I think. Yeah, I'll leave that open for now. Alright, so I think it's like in front of her room, so it's around here somewhere, I believe. There we go. The Ouija board. That's the other part of the combination, so it's 051-1. Hello, hello, who are you? Oscar, what do you want to come back? Oh Lord. Okay, where's the other secret passage again? Forget how you check your map. There it is. Okay, so that one. That one. Can't remember where the other one is, but foyer, library. Actually, I think we might have found them all. So now we just need to open up the combination. Virginia Woolf Core. I actually haven't read any Virginia Woolf yet, but I want to. Put it on the endless list of things Faye says they're going to read. And intends to one day, but who knows when that one day will be. Someday in the distant future, who knows. I'm almost done Steph's story, because I wanted to finish it before playing True Colors again. And I'm really, really enjoying it so far. It's just so damn good. And I got to the part where Steph's talking about her friend who also knows Chloe and Max, who's in a band, writing a song about Max and Chloe called Ghost. And I got very, very, like, unhinged and emotional about that, because, like, I'm the ghost in the back of your head. I'm insane about them. Anyways. Orlando is the one with the magical sex change. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with her stuff. But I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. It's almost 100 years old, which is cray. 1928. Yeah, that's almost 100 years ago. God, that's so weird to think about. But the 20s were like 100 years ago. Damn. Okay, where are we going? Back into Sam's room, I think. Okay, what was it again? 51... 1? No? Okay, I'm gonna have to look in my backpack. Well, maybe it was 51. I don't remember. No? Great. How do I exit out of this? There we go. $0.51. Didn't I do that? Weird. I thought I... Okay. Strange. Could have sworn that's what I did. Okay. I literally could have sworn that I tried that already, but whatever. Lonnie 94. God, that's so gay. Just, she has a picture of her girlfriend hidden in this locker up on the wall. That's so cute.
Lonnie came over today, but everything was different. She was sitting at my desk chair, and she wouldn't look at me. Finally, I asked her what was going on. She said she felt like she'd done something wrong that night in the city. Like I must think... But I said no, there was nothing wrong. I just wanted to say... But I couldn't find the words. I felt like I was gonna cry, but I wasn't sad. She got up and sat next to me on the bed. I looked at her. Lonnie, do you think you could ever... And that's when she kissed me.
Her excitement is so fucking cute. Her little giggles. Magazine for Men. Yeah, I think she stole one of these from her dad because I can't remember where it is, but I think somewhere in the library maybe there's like a stack of these hidden under his books. This is all like clothing with the tags on, so I think she was shopping too. Alright. Where was I going next? Oh, it's downstairs. I'm dumb. Never mind. I don't know why I thought the door to the basement would be upstairs, but it's not. Okay. Yeah, it's downstairs. Yeah, there we go. There it is. Potato chips. Dear Samantha, I would like to cordially thank you for having me to your abode for the Thanksgiving holiday with your lovely family. I enjoyed the flavorful potatoes, and also it was weird being around your parents for that long. It was pretty funny how impossible it is for your dad not to be awkward for more than 30 seconds at a time. Very cordially yours, your close friend and confidant, Lonnie D. Fancy man. White. Dear Miss Soto, allow me to take this opportunity to thank you, in kind, for being such a gracious host of the festivities at your father's estate, following the aforementioned meal with my parents. Your family's Thanksgiving feast was the more enjoyable of the two events, I must say. I especially appreciate the time I spent with your grandmother, who's a lovely woman, with sterling taste and a refined air. Let's do it again, same time next year, shall we? Indeed. Madam Samantha Greenbrier, Esquire. SNL.
It's different now. I mean, we still hang out all the time like before. But now when no one else is around, well, you know, so you could say we're dating. But it's secret. Secret dating? I don't know. I mean, I guess that's the real difference. Now when we get off the phone or go home for the night, or it's just quiet and we're alone, we say I love you.
Yeah, and this is the one for Katie. K is for kind, A is for amazing, I is for intelligent, T is for talented, L is for lighthearted, I is for important, N is for nice. Oh man, it's one of my old sex ed assignments. Oh, so yeah, she did the same thing. Caitlin Greenbrier. And she actually wrote it like this. An ovum starts to develop. While the ovum is developing, the lining of the uterus is getting thick and soft. The ovary releases the ovum. It breaks through the fallopian tube. If the egg does not meet a sperm, it dissolves. About 2 weeks later, since the lining of the uterus is not needed for pregnancy, it comes out through the vagina. Another ovum starts to develop in one of the ovaries, and the process begins again. It's incredible how the female body knows how to prepare for pregnancy. See, that's so boring compared to the story Sam wrote. Reed College, Samantha Greenbrier, 1 Arbor Hill, Boone County, Oregon, 97141. Dear Samantha, congratulations. I'm pleased to inform you of your admission to the creative writing track of the Reed College Summer Program for Young Scholars for its 1995 session. We believe you have much to contribute to the Reed College community based on your portfolio and academic record. I'm also pleased to offer you financial aid to cover 75% of the summer program's tuition and fees. The attached documentation delineates your schedule, optional secondary track course choices, and your dormitory assignment. Please remember to submit the attached form if you wish to be eligible for one of the 3 Reed full-time undergraduate scholarships to be awarded to exemplary students at the end of each summer program. We very much look forward to your attendance. Again, congratulations on your admission and best wishes from all of us at Reed College. Sincerely, Julie Morris.
I'm so stupid sometimes. I was telling Lonnie that I got into my college summer program thing, and I was all making plans like, you should come visit me, stay in my dorm room. But she said, Sam, I ship out on June 6th. I was like, ship out? To where? She said, to basic training. What did you think I was doing all that ROTC stuff for? I guess she's been planning to join the army right after high school since she was like 12. And I guess she's really going to do it. So I was like, after graduation, I'm just never going to see you again? She said, let's just have fun while we can.
One of Dad's books with something stuck to it. No, you're so 60, don't join the army. Literally, yeah. And who's been planning to join the army since, like, age 12? I guess, like, people who come from, like, military families or whatever. The Accidental Savior. Hang on. The light isn't good for this. Dear Terrence, thank you for sending along a copy of your newly published book. An author's first published manuscript is a momentous occasion. I read it this afternoon. I certainly recognize my son in the subject matter. An author's work is the externalization of that which he holds dear, and that which he fears. And in this respect, I believe your work was successful. But the lens through which the personal shone was needlessly clouded by genre cliches and implausible dime store science fictional Deus Ex Machina. The great authors speak of their life's milieu in clear and honest tones. Jesus. The lens crystal that refracts their thoughts without distortion. Okay, so you didn't love it. Great. That was a lot of words just to tell me something fairly simple. Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, wait a minute. I figured. Oh, whoops, account change. It's still Sarah. I'm just on my PC now. Yeah, I figured. I congratulate you on surviving the great ordeal that is publication, and rest assured that readers of your chosen genre will lap up copies hungrily, but I urge you to shed artifice. You can do better. With a father's love and encouragement, Richard Greenbrier, PhD. Jesus. A letter from Granddad. Yeah. God. His dad was hardcore. I think there's a painting of Richard Greenbrier, PhD, that has the face cut out. I think it's kind of clear why. Daddy issues. Daddy issues. Sort of a prick, isn't he? Yeah, literally. I actually love basements. We can't really have them in BC because of the water levels or something, but I find basements so fascinating. I love, like, going through old stuff and, like, sorting through stuff and finding things. It's kind of a class thing. Like, you have to have at least a certain amount of money to have a basement, I feel, but I don't know, I just enjoy exploring. Mason's Pharmacy, January to June, 1960. Grab postcard. Hey Sam, I'm writing to you from Multnomah Falls. I'm here on a stupid class trip, which is stupid because it's March, and I don't know if anyone running the school has been to Oregon, but it's cold and rainy as shit in March. Wish you were here. Oh wait, you are here. I'm writing this to you in the gift shop. Oh shit, here you come, L. Looks funny.
They tell you to stick with the group on field trips, Katie. There's a reason for that. Lonnie and I snuck off on the side paths at Multnomah Falls and got a little lost. Okay, a lot lost. Like, for hours. Right before the bus left, we found a trail and came running down the path, soaked and covered in mud, shouting for the bus not to leave. The school called home. Mom and Dad said, "You didn't get into trouble like this before you met that Lonnie girl." But I don't think they know.
It's very Chloe and Rachel coded.
Kids at school, though, I'm really afraid that's a whole other story.
Like, this girl is a bad influence on you.
Stick with the group, Katie. Stick with the group.
I think I went to houses with basements and lived in a house with a basement in BC, but we were on mountains, so they weren't totally underground. They're like partly underground. Okay, yeah, yeah. I don't. It's probably not like a universal all of BC thing. I just know that like around where I live, like we just can't have basements because it doesn't work out. And also being on a mountain probably means the water levels aren't as much of an issue. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we're kind of like at the base of a mountain. Like, yeah, yeah, at like the base of the mountains. So we're more like sea level, I guess you could say.